Auto car giant Ford has decided to shut down both its manufacturing plants in India and to sell only imported vehicles, so no longer manufacturing here in India. The US auto major Ford Motor Co. will shut its two manufacturing plants in India, will sell only imported vehicles, and this is part of their restructuring exercise. According to people aware of this development here, in a big decision now that has been taken by Ford Motors. Remember, there was a lot in the pipeline here as far as India presence is concerned. Even the Ford Ecosport was to be given a facelift and then was to be released. That, of course, has now completely been shut and put on hold here, or effectively cancelled, because Ford has now decided to shut down its manufacturing plants. Two manufacturing plants that they had here, both would be shutting down, and they've decided that they're not entirely going to be exiting India. Imported vehicles, though, will still be allowed. They will sell only imported vehicles to India. Let's get in our news editor Tanvi Shukla getting us further updates here on this. Tanvi, help us understand on why this decision has been taken here, and also irrespective of the reasons, this would be a huge jolt here to the auto car manufacturing sector in India.
Sir, as far as Ford is concerned, they've had a difficult time in India and several other markets for a while now. So many experts would say that this was an expected decision, that they will have to at some point take a hard look at continuing their manufacturing operations in India. A lot of the models that were launched in the last several years haven't returned the kind of profits and that the company would have hoped. And so the business as such has not been a great success in the last many years in India. And that seems to be the biggest reason that the sources indicate that Ford will now announce that they will wrap up their manufacturing from here. Of course, there is a huge impact that we will have in terms of people who are employed at these two manufacturing plants and what happens there. These are the kind of details we will wait and watch out for when the company actually officially confirms this. It is expected, as many news reports are indicating, that an official announcement will come today. And in fact, the head of Ford India himself will be actually addressing. In fact, as we speak, an official announcement has come in for Ford announcing that they will shut production in India and add to support customers. So this is the latest information that's just come in, which is a statement by Ford India announcing their decision to close production plants here in the face of mounting losses, sir. More details will have to emerge. Currently, they have two plants. One is in Gujarat, in Sanand, which will now close by the fourth quarter of 2021, which is the January to March 2021 period. And there is another one near Chennai, the second manufacturing plant that they have, that is expected to close by the second quarter of 2022. So it's not to say that overnight these plants will shut in. The company will have to, ensure that all of the products that are made here are out there in the pipeline. They have figured out what to do with the employees here as well. For 23 years, of course, Ford has been part of, or at least been operational in India with its own production. For 23 years, they've done that. But the latest figure shows, as of 2019, they wrote down massive operating losses, over 2 billion of losses over 10 years, and almost $1 billion of non-operating write-down of assets in 2019. So that gives you a picture of how badly they've been struggling and the kind of losses that they have been seeing in the last decade itself. I can just also read out to you from the statement that's just come out that the president and managing director of Ford India has said that the company considered investigating several options, including partnerships, platform sharing, contract manufacturing with other manufacturers, possibility of selling the manufacturing plants, which is still under consideration. But despite these efforts, they have not been able to find a sustainable path forward to long-term profitability that includes in-country vehicle manufacturing. Essentially means that they have done their due diligence, but they haven't come up with any other better option but to shut down these facilities.
All right, so essentially incurring massive losses here being the main reason, and both those facilities would be shutting down. Tanvi, many thanks for getting us those inputs there.